Hello, Brad here with the bass guitar tutorial Busier for the minimum viable performance of Satisfaction, in brackets, I Can't Get No, by the Rolling Stones. So this tutorial is designed for people who've maybe had some experience playing the bass guitar, or you've done our minimal bass guitar tutorial for this same song, Satisfaction. So in this tutorial, which is not just a tutorial by the way, it's also a music lesson, it's a song breakdown, and it's a guided practice session. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to play the Busier bass part along with our gig bass learning backing tracks, or hopefully your friends at the very same time are doing tutorials for the other instruments and you'll be able to play this with them in a band. So let's get into it. There are just three chords in Satisfaction: E, A, and B. Classic rock and roll. Below me, it's all written out in our notation, which in rock and roll we call the chart. First, a quick recap. The 5 lines and 4 spaces are called the staff or stave. The symbol at the beginning is the bass clef for bass instruments. The 2 dots say that the line between these 2 dots is for the note F, and then we arrange all of the notes on the bass clef according to knowing that that line is F. Now, if this is new to you, or if you'd like to know more, we've made a bass clef video and we'll link to it in the description below, and make sure there's a link at the end as well. So let's find these notes on the bass guitar. Looking at my right hand, I rest my thumb right here on the pickup so it's anchored. I like to put mine in the middle of the pickup. Now, we're going to use a pinching motion to press energy into this fat string closest to our nose or the ceiling, and hey presto, that's the note E. So we press energy in and we come to rest on our thumb. That's why this is called the rest stroke. Energy into the string and resting on our thumb. We do the same with our middle finger, pressing energy in and resting on our thumb. Now it's really important not to think about plucking up towards the ceiling or out from your body, and to also not get caught up on this side of the string, but just press the energy in, kind of sliding over the top of the string and stroking yourself in the thumb. Remember, with this simple pinching movement. Alright, we'll leave our thumb on the pickup and we go down to the next string, which happens to be the next note for Satisfaction, the note A, and the A string. Still don't need our left hand, so we press energy into the string, and this time we come to rest on the E string. Same with our middle finger. Energy into the string and resting on the E string. Now, two strings, 2 notes, E and A. We're going to move to the A string, but this time looking at the left hand, there are bars going across the strings, and these are called frets. Check this out. If I play the A string without my left hand, that's the note A. If I press down on what we call the first fret behind that line, A sharp, and then the next fret, B. 3 notes of the chromatic alphabet, A sharp, B. So B is on the 2nd fret of the A string, and we play that with our first finger on the left hand. By the way, the left hand is numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't talk about our thumb because it's back here behind the neck. Alright, there are our 3 notes for Satisfaction. I think it's time to have a look at the bass line. The Busier bass part for Satisfaction gets busier from the get-go. Let's have a look at our chart. Below our bass staff, we've now added a connected 2nd staff. This is called the bass tab or bass tablature staff. The lines represent the strings of the bass guitar, and the numbers represent the frets to be pressed down on that string. So let's get into our bass part. 3 O's on the bottom line mean 3 open E strings. We don't need to press down, we just play E, alternating your right hand fingers, the 2 we use anyway. Here we go, ready? O, O, O. Next, the number 2 means not 1st fret, but 2nd fret. Pressing down behind the metal line, anywhere in there is okay. I like to press down on the fret so that I can feel it, and that helps me to know where I am on the bass. Next, the number 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4 frets. I'm going to press down with pinky, also known as finger 4, because it just feels natural to me and my hand naturally falls onto the bass guitar like that. Some people might use finger 3, and in fact we will later on. That gets us to the next bar and 3 O's on the next string down, which is the next line up. String A, O, O, O. We're back to the E string for fret 3, which I play with finger 2. And to finish off, finger 1 on fret 2. Alright, you'll notice that the second half of our chart is exactly the same. But the thing is, that's not the rhythm for the satisfaction bass part. And to help us with the rhythm, we return to our bass staff above. Let me play it for you first, and then I'll explain what's going on. So the rhythm is indicated on the bass staff. Ready? After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. O, 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 2, 4, O, 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 3, 2, O, 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 2, 4, O, 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 3, 2, O. Alright, so we've got some crotchets and quavers and all that sort of thing. If you're wondering what the heck crotchets and quavers, yes, we have a video for you which we'll pop in the description and link later on. Alright, so that is the notation, it's how it sounds. We'll do some practice on it later on, but that is the intro and the main bass line for the Busier version of Satisfaction. We won't spend long on the chorus because this version is the same as the Gig Bass Learning minimal performance on the bass guitar for Satisfaction. So looking at the chart, 2 bars of E, 2 bars of A, repeat sign, repeat. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, open E, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, open A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, 3, 4. Now a quick note on muting. So the bass is mostly a monophonic instrument, which means one note at a time. So when I'm playing the E string, I've got my left hand lightly resting on the other strings. To mute them, check this out. No sound except for the E. Alright, when I play the A string, I move my fingers down on the left hand to mute the strings I'm not playing. And that's where the rest stroke comes in. So it just means the A string is the only string ringing because this finger comes to rest on the E and the D and G string are taken care of by my lightly resting left hand fingers. The next thing that we want to talk about is see how there's a crotchet and then a crotchet rest. Well, that means play and then silence. So we want to hear play, silence. So you've got two choices for what we call muting. You can go play, left hand rest, or you can go play, finger rest on right hand before you pluck. So it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is a personal preference and most bass players do both. So that way is my left hand muting the notes, or my right hand finger resting on the string to stop it from vibrating. Alright, when I go up to the A string, same idea. I can mute it with my left hand, or I can get my finger onto the string before I need it to be there. And all the time, I'm just making sure that my E and my A go for the whole beat, and then my silence goes for the whole beat as well. All right, so that's the chorus. The pre-chorus, again, is the same as our minimal bass performance, but a quick recap. 1 bar of E, here's our 2nd fret B, 1 bar of E, and 1 bar of A. All right, here we go. After 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, E, rest, E, rest, B, rest, B, rest, E, rest, E, rest, A, rest, A, rest. Stop the clock. What just happened? Yes, I pressed down on the 5th fret of the E string with my pinky. This, check it out, is the same as the open A string. So you have a choice. You can play open E and open A, or you can play open E and 5th fret of E string, which gives us a fretted A instead of an open A. Let's try that again. E, E, B, B, E, E, 5th fret, A, A. Alright. Why did I mention that? Well, because it's a preview of what's about to come. So that gives us the pre-chorus, and next we've got something really cool. The bass line for the verse is the one we learned in the intro, the main bass line for the song. And the tablature here is the same as in the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. O, 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 2, 4, O, 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 3, 2, O, 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 2, 4, O, 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 3, 2, O. But I want to give you an alternative now using the fretted A. Yes, that 5th fret with our 4th finger on the E string. This is the fingering I choose to use for our simplified GBL gig-based learning cover version of Satisfaction. And it might help you to play along with that later on. So either or, you can use the open A string, or if you feel like giving your fingers a workout, fretted A is really cool. So this version would be, I'll play it for you first, and then we'll break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. O, 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 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. O, O, 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. O, O, 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. As I'm playing that, I'm trying to feel the 2nd fret under my 1st finger. I'm trying to feel the 4th fret under my 3rd finger, and I'm trying to get my 4th finger down on that 5th fret and feel it underneath. And I'm trying not to collapse my knuckles to keep everything nice and arched so I get maximum strength into the bass guitar. And I'm doing as little effort as I can. I just need to press down enough so that the string touches the fret, and it's the fret that does all the work. So I'm not getting all stressed out and strengthy down here. I'm just putting the minimum effort to press the string into the fret. All right, let's play along together for a moment, shall we? After 4, nice and slow, and we might gradually accelerando, gradually speed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. O, 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 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. O, O, 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. O, O, 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. O, O, 2, 4, 5. 5, 5, 3, 2, O. Alright, this really accentuates that walk-up feeling. O, 2, 4, 5, and then the walk-down feeling. Classic bass playing. Alright, that's the verse. We've now got the open A version, and we've got the fretted A version. We're ready to move on. In the breakdown, we get the first 2 bars for free. Time to relax, maybe get a drink, check out who's in the audience, but then it's back to business. It's the main bass line again. You can see we've got a repeat sign, so it's the main bass line twice. For this section, let's put a metronome, in rock and roll we call it the click track, on to help us with our practice. It's a great idea that once you feel like, okay, I think I've got this under my fingers, I can play it comfortably, slowly, then we find a tempo around about there and put the click track on. So a click track gives us a beat, a click for every beat. And we're going to set our metronome to 100 beats per minute, which means there will be 100 clicks evenly spaced out within a minute, every minute. And so the idea is that you find the tempo which means the speed, you find the tempo that feels pretty comfortable and sustainable, and you put it on and practice along. Once that feels good, you bump it up, maybe by 5 beats per minute, and ultimately you'll find that you can play the song up to tempo. So we're aiming for 136 beats per minute, so let's pull it back to 100. I'll give us the classic GBL 2-bar count in, and beat 1 has a slightly different click than all of the others to help us get centered in the bar. Here goes. 2 bars in. and 2, 2, 3, 4. So our bass line continues for the outro, and now we're listening for the singers to sing No Satisfaction 4 times. On the 5th time, providing everybody's counting correctly, we all finish together on the syllables fac on beat 1 and shun on beat 2. No satisfaction. You can see on our chart, the last bar, we have E with little triangles underneath. They're accents, and accents for bass players mean push some extra energy into your string to accent the note. Alright, so we practiced before at 100. We're headed for 136 beats per minute. So let's split the difference and do 120 beats per minute this time. And because I don't like to count too much, I'll just cue us when we're doing faction the last time. Okay, here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Here we go, ready? No satisfaction. Alright, I think we're ready to play the whole song. Before we get to the playthrough, a quick form recap. We've just been through all of the sections in the song, but principally we're just playing our main bass line most of the time, except for in the chorus where we're playing our E's and A's, and in the pre-chorus where we add the B to the E's and A's. So looking at the handy gig bass learning form guide at the bottom, you can see that we've got the intro at the beginning and the outro at the end, but essentially we're cycling around those sections 3 times, and that's the song. Alright, I think we're ready for the playthrough. Now to the playthrough. This will be 136 beats per minute, just me on the bass guitar, plus the click track for you to play along with, to prepare you to play this tune with either the gig-based learning backing track for bass guitar, or hopefully your friends have been doing tutorials for the other instruments and you're all ready to put this together as a band. To the chart, remember this is our gig-based learning scrolling chart. You get 2 bars of counting, and then don't play green writing, just guitar. The guitar plays the riff twice, so we wait for 4 bars, and it says in orange or amber, ready for whole band in, and then we're in with our main bass line. Alright, see you at the end.